Okay, today in the workshop, got a car in today with a broken locking wheel nut key that we can't get a replacement for. So what I'm going to try and do is get it off in my usual method by welding a bolt onto the locking wheel nut key. Now this is a front wheel, normally a bit easier than a back because it's a little bit further out. That's where the bolt is here. So what I start by doing is keying the surface of the bolt to get it ready for welding, and then I'll get a bolt like this. You want as heavy a bolt as you can possibly get onto the head to get some good leverage on it. Chamfer the end of the bolt so that you've got a chamfer on the end so you can get some good penetration with a weld into the bolt. So first of all, I'm going to start off by welding a lump onto here so that I've got something to key the bolt onto. Before I started, I've used masking tape to cover the area of the alloy wheel. Now generally, as a rule, the masking tape will catch a light while you're welding it because it gets very hot in that area, but it will cut up afterwards. Obviously, we can't guarantee that we're not going to damage the wheel, but we try our utmost not to. So first of all, I'm going to start off by welding a lump on there and then welding the nut on there, try and get some really good penetration with a welder, and we'll see if it comes undone. So we'll see how successful we'll be today. Okay, so now I've got a lump of weld on the top of the nut for me to go onto there. And now what I want to try and do is I want to try and get as much weld around the nut as possible. Just tacking the top won't really help. You need to get the weld all the way around the bolt really to be able to try and get a good grip on it to get it undone. And obviously this is dependent on how tight some idiots tightened it up in the first place to break the locking wheel nut tree to try and get the nut undone. This is the problem with people that do wheels up with guns rather than with a torque wrench. So lesson learned, if you've got a locking wheel nut key, always torque it up, never gun it up. I've got quite a bit of weld over that now. Give it a sec for it to cool down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bar on here. But also, whilst I'm going to pull it, I'm going to hit the top of the socket to try and shock the bolt whilst I'm pulling it down. there we go. I know it looks really brutal, but when you've got these type of locking wheel nut, and really it is your only option. Trying to drill it out, almost impossible. There are tools on the market that form a key that go over the top, but we've tried them and they don't work either. I mean, if you damage the wheel, then obviously that's going to have to go off for a refurb. But generally, as you'll hopefully see in a sec when I get all the masking tape off, it looks pretty nasty at the moment, but mainly that is stain from where the masking tape has burnt. Right, I'm just going to get some teacup. Not sponsored for teacup. I'll spend a bit more time on that, but there you go. That's the end result of your last resort attempt to get a locking wheel nut off by MIG welding a bolt onto the top of the nut. It really is the only way we found that works all the time. Hope this helps someone out there, and I'll bring another video along when I find my next fuck up. Thanks.